All right. Okay, so this video has been popping up a lot, and I definitely wanted to dive into it. The comment section on it is very interesting. I've seen this YouTuber a couple times, Radiant Brit, on my timeline, and I see that they make a lot of videos about family channels, family vloggers, all these different things. And I definitely wanted to dive into their content a little bit, and basically anytime anyone sends me anything, I will probably react to it nowadays. So if you want to send me anything on Discord or anything, chances are I will react to it. My chatter's saying that this person is messy, but the videos are interesting about this woman. So we definitely have probably an exciting upcoming 15 minutes and 28 seconds. So this video is about the Ballinger family. They have been problematic for years. Why don't drama channels talk about the Ballinger family? How have they managed to slip under the radar despite being problematic for 8 years now? I mean, there's a big discussion. 50,000 views, 800 comments. That's the thing. The 800 comments is a big, there's a conversation happening here. So we're going to get into the video, see if I have any opinions of it. Obviously, I don't need to say it. My relationship with the Ballinger family is very, but I'm willing to give props where props are due, willing to give criticism where it's due, and I think one of the main issues is, how exploitative the family is. I was literally about to pull up Ballinger family, if you do not know, is Jessica Ballinger and Christopher Ballinger. They are Colleen Ballinger's brother and sister-in-law, and they have, 1,000 children. They have, oh my god, views down, another one out, crazy. Seriously, it's like that. Whew, I don't know how that, situation works. But anyway, yeah, crazy amount of kids. And, their kids are their overall content, like crazy. I mean, their kids are just their content. I would pull them up, but I can't blur it in real time. And, one thing that really upsets me that I am going to make a sit-down video on in a couple days is the Ballinger family's TikTok, in which it centers around their kid, Parker, who is, I was going to say they're younger, but I feel like they've had 1,000 kids since then, so, one of their youngest ones. And Parker is a sweet kid. He has, his own personality, and he likes his own things, and he's a really sweet kid. Someone who's just being a kid, exploring what they want to do, whether that's ballerina, dance, all these different things. And they post videos mainly about Parker, because Parker is what people comment on TikTok. And, the videos of Parker have hundreds of thousands of views, and all of them have thousands of comments, and all the comments are calling him slurs, just saying little gay boy, the zest. That, if you don't know, is about basically calling someone gay. They'd be like, so zesty, the zest is crazy. Just all the different slurs. A bunch of people being very transphobic when talking about Parker, and just using it as a way to make fun of anyone being transgender, and insinuating that the comments know that Parker is transgender. And the problem is, the Ballinger family, Jessica and Christopher, let me pull up a picture of them, are aware of this happening. Jessica Ballinger and Christopher Ballinger. They are aware of this happening because they interact with a lot of comments that aren't the ones that are saying this. So this is, oh god, they do not like these old photos anymore. This is a pretty good example whenever Jessica's pregnant. Like most months. This is them. And they interact with comments that, are being like, love this video. So they are seeing the amount of videos about, or, messages, about Parker. And I think it's disgusting that they continue to post videos of Parker, especially, considering how the comment section and the videos do well, because it's people bullying him. And I think it's truly revolting, and they are sacrificing their child's integrity of literally just being bullied online Let me Google what age Parker is. I wonder if Google has that. Probably, because they're all fucking public figures against their will. Parker Ballinger age. 9 years old. 9 years old, and the comments on the TikToks are truly horrific.
This whole family is going straight into the nursing home.
Possibly. I think it's truly disgusting to subject your kid to online harassment and bullying for the sake of trying to get your views up. And the fact that they only really record with Parker is a sign that they know what they're doing. And I think that I think it's disgusting. So that's my opinion of the Ballinger family. I've already spoken. Ballinger family being Jessica and Chris. Jessica was always lovely to me. I spoke with her sometimes. She was always lovely to me. But that was whenever I was a child. And now that I'm a 20-year-old man, I look at what they're doing with their kids and I'm like, you must not care about your kids in the slightest to act like this. I think it's really upsetting. So that's them. So for context, Ballinger family is Christopher and Jessica, and they're 1,000 fucking kids. And then Colleen Ballinger is her and, her little actors as well, her children. So 2 different entities, just to the conclusion. But anyway, I do want to get into this video, so let's get into it. So this is from Radiant Brit.
Hey you guys, it's Brit. Today we're here to talk about
Hi,
the
Brit.
Ballinger family. I had quite a few thoughts, so if you're interested, please keep watching.
Oh, I hate when people do intros. Sorry, I don't even mean to be a bitch. I hate this. Hi, welcome to the video. Let's get into the video. Just start the video. Oh, that's when you know it's a messy video. All opinions are just opinion. Wow, it's gonna be a messy video. I'm here for it.
Alright you guys, so the Ballinger family is definitely an OG family of vloggers here on YouTube.
There they are. If they're not pregnant, they're working on it.
Been on the platform, literally vlogging their family for ages. We're going to get into some of their older content here in a minute, but before I even show you their channel, when I go on YouTube to search Ballinger family to pull up their channel, these are the results that pop up in order. Ballinger family Duncan, Ballinger family baby Duncan, Ballinger family birthday Duncan, Ballinger family pregnant with Duncan.
I think this is their youngest. Let me clarify, because since I dropped off, I'm pretty sure they had another couple hundred. Ballinger family children. Bailey, 15. Jacob, 13. Parker, 9. Duncan, 5. Look. They had an extra 3? Well, Duncan, 5. Luke, 3. And Teddy, 1. Who's Teddy? I know about Duncan. Who's Teddy? 1. This is a recent? Damn, ma, she really pushing those kids out. That's crazy. That's crazy. The Teddy thing is so sad. What's the Teddy thing? How many kids do they have? Like 100. Wait, what's the Teddy thing? I have no idea what we're talking about. Who's Teddy?
Ballinger family, birth of Duncan. Ballinger family, Bailey, period. Bailey is their oldest daughter. Then it goes into Christmas, Luke, pregnant, birth, and Colleen, house tour, Bailey. This is obviously a problem for many, many reasons. Anytime I talk about family vloggers, I automatically try to put myself in the child.
Teddy has medical needs and is exploited through his check-ins. Oh, I didn't know that. What's so crazy to me is, like, I remember, whenever I was growing up, Ballinger family 2023. Whenever I was growing up, Oh, they have a fucking family trailer. Sorry, this is so weird. Meet the Ballinger family channel. Like, they have a channel. Or, sorry, trailer. They have a trailer to meet their family. I'm gonna watch this off camera. But what's crazy to me is because I was in the family channel thing whenever I was younger. My friend, who's one of my amazing mods, who was my best friend and still is, at the time whenever I was close friends with the Ballingers, just messaged me and was like, "You're about to be so messy." Basically the way of being like, stop talking. I want to see, because whenever I was growing up watching them, Bailey and Jacob were babies. Hold on, I'm going to watch this off camera just because I don't want to put their kid's face on screen.
Hi, we're the Ballingers.
Fuck me, jump scare.
Hi, we're the Ballingers. Blueberries.
I'm Bailey. I like reading, writing, and musical theater.
I'm Jacob. I like making videos and 3D art.
I'm Parker. I like gymnastics and performing. I just learned how to do 4
Sorry, I just cannot believe that they have a trailer for the family. This is, dare I say, camp in the worst way possible.
back handsprings. I'm Duncan. I like penguin.
Oh my god, Duncan's so much older than the last time I seen him. Isn't that such a creepy thing that I can say? Whenever these kids grow up online. The last time I seen these people was whenever I was like a child watching them, and I can watch them now as a 20-year-old and be like, oh my god, they've grown up since the last time I've seen them. I don't know these kids. They don't know me. I should not be able to say that. That is such a creepy fucking sentence because of what these parents are doing to their kids. That we've seen them grow up. That's how I feel about the Shaytards kids. It's horrible. I feel gross about it. It's fucking... Whenever I see any clips on TikTok of any of their kids, I feel fucking horrible. Because I'm like, oh my god, I remember them when they were a baby. And I'm like, that is such a fucking creepy thing for me to say. But it's because the family shoved the fucking footage down our throats. And the platforms pushed it. Hold on, let me finish this.
And board games. I like
Oh wait, so like Teddy is like really a new baby. Damn. I really didn't know they had a new one.
I'm Jessica. I like board games and a good cup of tea. I love to watch my children learn
Not the infomercial voice. Say.
about the world around them, and I aim to raise compassionate, kind, and educated individuals.
And I aim to raise educated, intellectual, and very entertaining children.
I'm Chris. I love making videos and playing guitar. I wrote a Netflix series,
Oh my god, he looks so different from the last time I've seen him. Mama.
New York Times bestseller, and I'm always working on a new project.
We're high school sweethearts, homeschooling our 6 kids together.
What?
Sorry.
Whether we're hanging out with family and friends, traveling, or just spending the day at home, we love sharing our advice and family experiences.
Our goal is to make this an entertaining, uplifting, and accepting space, spreading kindness, love, and positivity.
We're glad you found us and hope you choose to subscribe.
Sorry, I just can't believe they have a trailer for their family. It is camp. Well.
Child shoes. And I, growing up, my dad videotaped everything. I have birthday parties, I have just days that I was spending at home, beach trips, Christmases, football games, all the good stuff that I would do with my dad growing up. Easters, everything in between. I have a collection of those DVDs for myself, and I watch them periodically anytime I want to look back on my childhood. Anytime I'm in the mood, I can pop in one of those DVDs, and I have tons.
I think that's the main thing. Like, if you're so destined and recording your children, there's ways of doing it that is so ethical and doesn't become your job. I mean, my parents have a bunch of footage of me on summer holidays with my family, you know, my nana and granddad, you know, going to church, or I don't know why I would lie about that. I don't think I ever went to church. I don't know why that just came over me. No, what I meant by that was like doing my confirmation or my christening, confirmation, communion, whatever the last thing was where I had to make a pledge about not doing like drugs and alcohol. I mean, sorry, Jesus. But we've all this footage and it's on like CDs or hard drives or something like that. And I just think it's sad that like not only are the kids, I think the reason that family channels really very much so homeschool their kids, this is really going to be a controversial thing I'll say. And my friend just told me on text to bring it in a little bit. No. The reason that family channels homeschool their kids is so that their kids never get to meet really and hang out with kids the same age as them, so that they don't get to realize that the other kids their age don't experience the same life they do, so they don't realize how fucked up it is what their parents are doing to them. That's the reason they're homeschooled. Just so we're on the same page. It's so their kids' perception of reality is so warped that they will be on board with 24/7 being their parents' income from thing.
Of videos to choose from. That's for my own.
Also, there's loads being talked about how they are potentially not feeding their kids a proper diet and their homeschooling is severely lacking. Adam, please look this up and talk about this. If this is true, it needs a wider audience.
No.
Memory. I could not imagine if all of those videos were out on a public platform. And not to mention, that's the more innocent videos. As a parent, I've always said, your role is to protect your child or children. Anytime my dad sat down with me to have a serious conversation, if it was something that was going to be sad or stressful or unexpected, and I might be emotional about the conversation, there was never a camera in the room. There are certain things in life events that happen where your children are involved or your child is involved, and there is absolutely no reason for that moment to be captured on video.
True.
Absolutely no reason.
True.
If you guys aren't familiar with the Ballinger family, the dad is Chris, the mom is Jessica. Chris is actually Colleen's brother. Colleen Ballinger, Miranda sings. I've talked about her a couple times on my channel before. Super problematic in my opinion. Her content is
She went, fuck her.
Problematic. She is problematic, but we're not here to talk about Colleen. The only reason I mention it is because Chris is her brother. So that's why the last name probably sounds familiar to a lot of you that spend time on YouTube. They have 1.67 million subscribers, and they have 1,618 videos. Chris married his high school sweetheart, who is Jessica.
There's something so cringy and not sweet about saying that. My high school sweetheart.
And they just pretty much have a very, what appears to be a very wholesome marriage, and they have many children.
So shady. They have many.
Now, their content is just as problematic as many other family vloggers' content, but I'll tell you guys the reason why I think that a lot of tea and commentary channels don't talk about the Ballingers as often as someone like the Ace family, the Prince family, the LeBrants, you know, a lot of the family vloggers that are in constant rotation.
Okay, Christian cult vibes. Yeah, I mean, two people have said it. Very popular opinion in chat tonight. Basically, this has been like a big conversation in terms of like how family channels really do cut their family off, like the kids, from reality, and how, in like a way, it is actually, like, it sounds so dramatic to say, but like how it is so culty of like one for one, like the family are all in it together, and it just, the reason like that was like a great comment to read out was because I would love to know chat's opinion on it. It's just, it really is disgusting. And I mean, whenever you're like cutting your children off from like friends their age, and like all they have is the family and the cameras there, I think it's really fucked up. So thank you, chat, for, I mean, oh my god, 2 people said that in a row. I think like actually no, 3 people said cult vibes in a row. I don't know where it came from, but I mean, definitely a popular opinion in chat.
The Ballingers have kind of put themselves in this position where not only have they been on the platform for a really long time, so at this point they're kind of wallflowers in my opinion, but they also have this very wholesome exterior, and their problematic content is not uploaded on a consistent basis. Now, showing their kids, that's hugely problematic, but it also depends on who you ask. As far as their most viewed videos, when you sort them, it's not just a bunch of super gross problematic stuff, and I think that's why they kind of slip under the radar in for some people. But they are a family that monetizes injuries.
True. And I mean, people in chat earlier were saying that they're also monetizing their kids being sick or something like that, or their kids needing treatment, or what was that again? Something with the youngest. What's Luke? Duncan? Something like that. I mean, that as well. Oh my god, like, it's like everything and anything is content. I mean, it's just...
It annoys me how family channels say they isolate them for their child's safety. Yeah, the safety you have threatened.
Teddy. Who did I say? Luke and Duncan. Fuck me, sorry, there's so fucking many of them.
Did this series with one of their sons and Miranda Sings, which is Colleen's kind of alter ego character that she plays, where he was doing gymnastics lessons with Miranda Sings.
And by the way, a lot of the TikToks that they upload of the son that get where he gets like homophobically made fun of, the transphobic, blur and the things are all, they'll be dancing and gymnastics and stuff. So they know that people are calling them out for this, and that's why they do it more. But the children don't understand that, and that's why these parents are so fucked up.
In my opinion, there's nothing wrong with...
That's a queen. Do you hear how that, in my opinion? That's a queen. She knows what she's doing. I don't say that. I go, as a fact, they're fucked up.
Boys doing gymnastics, there's nothing wrong with boys.
As a fact, they're exploiting their kids. As a fact, they don't care about Parker if they're posting all these TikToks whenever he's getting homophobic slurs hurled at him in the chat. As a fact, it's not my opinion. That is a fact.
Is doing cheerleading. Like, I don't believe in that, oh, this sport is for girls and this sport is for boys kind of thing. I just say that if that's what your child wants to try out and see if they like it, then let them, try it out. Who am I to say, oh no, gymnastics is for girls? Like, that's just a very narrow-minded way of... And
they'll wonder why their kids will stop talking to them when they grow up. With my younger sister, protect trans kids means something different to me than to my...
Thinking, just my opinion. But that also doesn't mean that you need to put him in this outfit and film it and put it onto YouTube. Again, it kind of comes back to the not everything is content. Some things can just be for your private collection, and you... Even
if they're not for your private collection, I mean, just respecting your children's privacy is a crazy thought, right? Oh my god, who would ever want to do that? Who would ever want to protect their children's safety? Not me.
And pass it down to your children once they get a little bit older.
They capitalize off their child.
The Ballinger family is very close.
Like the English creepy YouTuber with the... You're talking about Saucony Jolie.
With JoJo Siwa, which The relationship between Colleen Ballinger and JoJo, I think, is a little bit different. I won't go into that today, but you can definitely see the spillover of JoJo being featured on the Ballinger family channel in several videos. So those are some of their higher viewed videos, but what also gets a lot of views is injuries for them.
That's so weird.
Scares, medical issues. There is a video from 6 years ago that has almost 5 million views trying to figure out what's wrong. And it shows one of their sons with medical tape on his head. It looks like he is in a hospital setting. Really sad. And they also filmed one of their sons getting his tonsils taken out, which that is a little bit more innocent. But again, why is that content? The series that they did with their one son learning gymnastics with Miranda Sings banked.
Weird. Isn't it crazy how all these people who make like diss videos or call out videos never show the thumbnails because they're like, oh, it's too inappropriate, but yet the families have no problem showing it and getting millions of views off of it? Weird.
A ton of views for their channels.
Weird.
So obviously anything with JoJo gets a lot of views. That's expected. And then you go down and you start seeing the gymnastics series, and the one has 5.8 million views. Another one...
Million views, by the way. Million views on a child doing gymnastics.
One has 2.7 million views.
Million.
There's another one with 2.4 million views.
As a parent, wouldn't you be concerned about that? Or is just money and exploitation the be-all, end-all? Because that is so... It's really fucked up. I mean, thank God I've, like, in some way curated this audience of, like, normal people who completely acknowledge that all of this is not normal behavior and this is so deranged and so fucked up. So I appreciate you all for being here and, like, reading a chat that is, like, doing this. Because when you read the support on family channels and stuff like this, it's like, wake up, sheeple. Or, I mean, it's not us, it's you, the one that's watching kids every fucking day on YouTube. I mean, who's the creep? Sorry. That instinct of wanting to watch a kid grow up on YouTube. Wake up, sheeple. Wake up. Sexy bod 8. Thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you, I appreciate that. Thank you. It's gross. It is gross. That mentality is so weird. Oh, I'm not going to miss a day because I want to watch them grow up. How about get help?
And then you get into a little bit more of the medical issues that do really well for their channel. Why we took my son to the hospital.
Like, these are titles that they're writing about their kids, by the way.
And then their daughter broke her wrist. Of course, that was content. The really weird thing about Miranda Sings' character, too, is that there's a lot of things to do with Miranda that are very civilized. And when I think of the audience being children and her bizarre civilization of jokes and certain words, I just find that to be very strange, you know. I
feel like family channels are using YouTube as therapy. No, they're not. They're just using it as a bank. I can promise you that.
That's kind of the corner.
They don't want to be doing it. They're doing it because it gets views and money. That's all the kids are to them. I can 100% on my life promise you that. I can promise you that.
That's kind of how the Ballingers, I think, have slipped under the radar for a lot of people. Is as a whole, they do look very wholesome, and they're this happy family, high school sweethearts who have children, and they're so cute, and they're just a family on YouTube vlogging. But when you actually look at their content, that's when you can really start to see this is a problem. And you can also see from the search results what people are looking for when it comes to when they're seeking out the Ballinger family. They are looking for very specific kinds of videos. Ooh, no. Then you go a little further down and it says mommy split her lip open, and it's a
we are going to experience in the next couple of years what Chad are currently saying, which is that when these kids start turning 18 of any family channel, there's something that's going to happen. Whether it's that they want 1 video or 2 video deleted, 3 videos, 100 videos wiped off the internet, there are going to be lawsuits. There are going to be families that do not speak to each other again. There is going to be tremendous loss, all because in the moment parents are prioritizing being able to get monetary gain off of their kids. And I think it is so upsetting and so disgusting, and I think that they should all be ashamed of themselves, and I think that they should think of themselves as horrible parents. Every single one of them. I think they should wake up and be ashamed of themselves and know that they are not only putting their children in danger every single day, but also that they're not protecting their kids. And I think as a parent, the main thing you should do is protect your parent. And yeah, in the wake of the Jeanette McCurdy book, from someone who's grown up in that exploitation, you are not protecting your kids. And as a parent, to not protect your kids, you're doing an awful job. I can't wait to film that video this week. I'll try to get it up in the next couple days, of going through the Ballinger family TikTok and showing the comments on the videos, specifically on their one kid, Parker. It's absolutely disgusting, and I think to exploit people bullying your child because it's the only thing that's really getting you a lot of views on TikTok right now, I think it's disgusting, and I think it's so upsetting. And maybe a reason for that is because I grew up watching videos of Parker whenever I was younger. I mean, from whatever age I was whenever he was born, whenever I was, talking to all of them and, watching the videos and stuff like that. And, like, how creepy I feel knowing that I watched them grow up. Like, if I'm feeling creepy for, like, watching a couple of their kids from birth until whatever age it was whenever I dropped off, including whenever I was a kid, I can't imagine the amount of people who are like 30, 40, 50, 60, 70s, 80s watching these videos. Do you not feel even a little bit uncomfortable? I'm now 20, reflecting on watching these videos whenever I was like 14 and being like, I feel uncomfortable now thinking about I'm seeing these kids and I feel like I have some sort of like, I feel like I've like watched them grow up, and it's like, it's so like, it's like humiliating. And I was talking to one of my friends about this, and I was being interviewed a couple days ago for, well, I don't know if I can say the name of it, but I was being interviewed a couple days ago on family channels because I'm working on an article with a publication, and the Ballinger family and Colleen came up, and they were reaching out to, all these different people for comments and stuff like that, and basically this big piece. And I was like, I feel so uncomfortable to have contributed to that, and that's why I'll always speak up about it. But it was whenever I was young, like, and I was like a similar age to the kids, and I related to them on that way, and I was like, oh my god, there's like an audience for family channels. Sorry, I know I'm going on a tangent, apologize. I know that there's an audience for family channels that is the kids that are watching the family channel kids being the same age, being like, oh my god, look how different their life is to mine, or whatever. There's adults who are the same age as the parents watching, innocently, just watching the kids grow up, or whatever. And then there's a huge question mark audience of people that have no statistics, we don't know what their gender is, we don't know what their age is, we don't know what their interests are, we don't know what country they're from, we don't know what city they're from, we don't know anything about these people. There's this huge chunk millions. These families have no problem with that being their main source of income. Whenever, I promise you, there's probably thousands of predators watching any given family channel. Because that's what this content caters itself towards. And it's the one topic I will be so passionate about because it's the one topic that I contributed to whenever I was younger watching it. And I don't blame myself. I don't, like, this is not me being like, oh, woe me, because I'm like, I was young, who cares? I didn't know. I know now. I feel so uncomfortable and whatever whenever I look at these kids and I'm like, oh my god, I remember when you were born. I wasn't there. I watched the fucking videos. These kids are going to grow up and realize they were nothing more to their parents than a paycheck. And I'm like, if I ever thought that I was that to my parents, the lack of character that I would feel would be insane. Sorry about that little rant, but like, I promise you that whenever I make videos on family channels, it comes from a deep place of absolute passion, of anger. And it's the one fucking topic that I will continue talking about no matter who the fuck it is. Whether it's Shaytards, the LeBrant family, the Sakuna Jolies, Ballinger family, Colleen Ballinger, fucking, who are the other ones? Whatever the other ones are. There's so many. Like, but anyway, thank you for letting me rant, but it just pisses me off.
A thumbnail of Jessica in the hospital with blood. And then there's another gymnastics lesson. Our baby needs laser surgery. So they have definitely managed to be on YouTube for a very long time and not be a constant topic of drama channels like other family vlog channels are. So I do find that part to be intriguing, but all it takes is a little bit of looking at their content. And I would react to some of their videos, but their children are so heavily...
Someone said about Zoella. Here's what I think is interesting about Zoella. So Zoella is a British YouTuber, lives in Brighton. Woo! Shout out Brighton. And she is recently a mommy. And she has her little baby with Alfie Days. She was one of the British sweetheart vloggers. I think it's unfair to categorize Zoella with family channels, and I'm gonna be honest, and I don't think that you should be showing your kids at all on YouTube. However, if you're going to show your kid on YouTube, I think Zoella is one of the best examples of it, and here's why. Zoella doesn't show or talk about her personal life. She does vlogs like once a month, or like once every couple weeks. She'll do an entire vlog, 1 minute of it, 2 minutes of it max will be talking about her baby, showing her baby. I may be wrong. From what I know, she shows her audience that the baby's there, it's whatever, but it's not her content. After becoming a mother, she's not a mommy vlogger. She's not a whatever. I do not agree with showing your kid online at all. I'm going to be honest. But she does it in a way of her content does not center around her baby, but she shows the baby briefly in every couple videos, or maybe even in no videos, and then just like an Instagram post. And the main thing is that the baby isn't being set up to be entertaining. Some of her vlogs, the baby will be screaming in the background. She won't even show the baby. She'll be like, oh, the baby's being a lot tonight. That's it. And I respect that more than anything else. She's showing the baby, which I don't agree with. She's showing the baby so her audience don't feel left out, but she's showing that you can show your baby and not fucking exploit it. I watched her last week. The vlogs weren't baby focused, but does include parts. Yeah, and I think she's doing it in such a tasteful way. I don't agree with showing your baby online at all because I'm not going to be a hypocrite. I'm not going to praise her and be like, this is so great, and then be like, oh, you can't show your baby at all. I don't think anyone should be. I don't think it's the place. There's literally a setting on YouTube. It's like, oh, I show a baby or not. And I think if you're doing that, there should be no baby. But if anyone is going to, that's the way to do it. She's showing that she's not requiring on her baby to fix her dead career. Which is what a lot of mommy vloggers rely on. Again, I don't think babies should be involved in any content, but with Zoella, it feels natural. Like, she'll be filming a Get Ready With Me, and then her baby will, like, run in. And she'll be like, oh, like, audibly. She'll be like, say hi. She'll say hi. She'll be like, how are you doing? I'm doing good, whatever. And then, you know, she'll make a couple fucking noises, show a toy or something, and she'll run off again. Or Alfie will come in and take her away, the dad. Because she protects the privacy of the child, but doesn't reject her audience of being involved in her life. That's how you fucking do it. So when family channels are like, oh, but people are saying I can't show my kid. No. That's exactly what, like, any family channel that makes that argument, oh, you're saying I can't show my kid. No, because I think Zoella is a perfect example. She settled in her dead career. Zoella's career is not dead. Let me tell you that.
Involved in all of their vlogs that it would be near impossible to even react to anything without doing a ton of blurring or just taking small little clips, because this is also a family vlog channel similar to the Ace family where their children are constantly in a vlog, whether they're in the background or the main focus of the entire vlog. Their children carry this channel, and
True.
Their one daughter is 14 years old, and I do wonder, she could be one of the ones that we kind of see her tell her side of the story as a vlog kid, as someone who has grown up on YouTube, because their oldest video is from 8 years ago. This little girl and her brother have...
So, like, 8 years of being posted every single fucking day. Could you imagine that? Could you imagine that? Is no one else fucking pissed off? Wait, what are people saying to Hannah? What did Hannah say? Someone catch me up, I couldn't hear what Adam said. Adam said he respects how Zoella has her baby, but doesn't make it the center of her content, but prefers if she doesn't show it at all. Basically, Zoella doesn't make her content child-focused. She does it a tasteful amount for someone who wants to involve her kid. Yeah. And I think that's fine to say. So.
Been on YouTube most of their lives because they started out at such a young age. So who knows? They might not ever tell their side of the story, but at some point in time...
They will. They will. The only way family channel kids will not tell their side of the story is if their perception of everything is so warped. I have a cat here. Which is what the families are doing right now. By homeschooling, making them have a lack of friends. Their only friends are their fucking family. It's so that they have no perception, so they will never feel that they lived a different life. And they'll never want to speak up on it. But they will. They'll grow to learn. They'll grow up. They'll get their own jobs. And they will speak out against their family. And the families will fucking crumble. And I will be there, smiling, laughing, giggling, playing Just Dance, as Eugenia Cooney dances to Rasputin with me. Once we finish dancing to Rasputin, we will sit down and smile. Eugenia hands me a mic, and I say, I told you so.
One or more of these kids that were brought up on family vlog channels will come out and tell their side of the story. But what I really want to know from you guys is, how do you feel about a channel like the Ballingers, who they have this really wholesome appearance? They're not really involved in drama. Because if you look at like the LeBrants, They have a wholesome appearance too, but it's so clear to tell that it's just...
The difference is the LeBron parents want to be famous. The Ballinger parents don't want to be famous. They just want to make as much money out of their kids. Oh my god, I said it! It's an opinion everyone has behind the scenes, but no one fucking says. All your favorite fucking drama channels talk all this shit about all the Ballinger families, including Colleen Ballinger behind the scenes. Nobody wants to make any videos on them because they're all fucking scared of the fan base. That's what all of your... I want to start fucking listing names. I won't, but...
completely fake. And they get themselves in trouble all the time. Like, they're constantly doing vlogs that are extremely toxic and problematic. So it's easy to see through their shtick. Whereas with the Ballingers, with Chris and Jessica, it's harder to see through it because they're not consistently putting out really bad vlogs. They're not constantly involved in scamming their subscribers or...
Because they don't want to be famous. They just want to make money.
Appearing very money hungry, putting out money grab.
It's money, not fame.
For merch. I do think it's a little bit more of an interesting channel to take a look at. And you guys know how I feel about Colleen, just to kind of close out with my thoughts on her. I think that Colleen is extremely problematic, and it's not because of the Adam McIntyre thing. I think
Oh my god! It's so weird to watch a video and hear your name being caught off guard. That made me very uncomfortable. That made me very uncomfortable. Yes! Wow. That really caught me off guard.
that was part of the cluster that is Colleen Ballinger. But
oh my god, she said I was a part of the clusterfuck. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Radiant Brit.
It's her Miranda Sings character. It's her, older content that she had put out that was gross and racist. And she is just constantly someone who I feel like her past will continue to follow her. And
Angela
I
Bassett
still
did the
don't think
thing.
that she's done a perfect job in current day of being non-problematic. And that's just my personal opinion, but you guys tell me kind of what you think. But yeah, I wanted to bring this to you because I feel like the Ballinger family definitely slips under the radar. It's very easy to kind of focus in on a lot of the other family vlog channels that we hear about all the time. But there are tons of families like this on YouTube where they're not talked about by drama channels, but as soon as you go onto their channel and take a look at their archive, you can tell that they are doing the same thing. They are monetizing injury. They're using clickbait when it comes to illnesses, tragedy. On top of it all, the kids are still being exploited by carrying these families. The homes and cars that these parents drive are all thanks because of their kids. It's all thanks to their kids, I should say. So anyway, guys, I need to get Axel some...
All right. I mean, this is like a really big conversational part. All right, my closing opinions on this video. I agree. I mean, any family channel that allows their child to be bullied online for the sake of getting more clicks and views are evil to me. And I think I'll leave it at that. I think I'll leave it at that because I feel like that's like a big enough statement within itself that I don't need to explain it any further.